Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome to a new series of videos that I'm creating for the channel entitled Airport Briefings. These short videos will give you a full comprehensive brief just like real life pilots would get, giving you information on things like the runways that are available, the different kinds of approaches, threats to be aware of around the aerodrome, and a whole host of other information that you'll need to know prior to arriving or departing from this airport. In today's video, we are at Newcastle International Airport, located on the outskirts of Newcastle in the northeast of England, and it is the 11th busiest airport in the United Kingdom. It's also the second busiest airport in Northern England after Manchester. It handles just over 5 million passengers every year and has a mix of low-cost carriers and international airlines as well. Currently, Jet2, Ryanair and TUI are the biggest operators out of this airport, but it also has Emirates doing a non-stop flight to Dubai. And in case you were wondering, yes, Easyjet do fly from this airport over to Belfast, and they also do seasonal flights to Jersey, Newcastle to Jersey. Quite a nice flight if anyone is considering that route. Lufthansa, KLM and Air France also fly to their respective countries as well. For those of you who prefer to fly cargo routes, the Newcastle Airport Freight Village is located just to the south of the airfield, and it includes flights from Emirates Sky Cargo and FedEx. For the general aviation flyers amongst you, the Newcastle Aviation Academy is also located on the airfield, and so it does of course accept flights from smaller general aviation aircraft. So let's begin our airport brief. Newcastle Airport has one runway, so we have the two options, runway 07 and runway 25. Usually, because of the prevailing winds, runway 25 is in use most of the time, and it's got a good length runway. It's 2,330 meters. With that length in the back of my mind, I'd be selecting auto brake low, depending on the weather conditions and prior to running a landing calculation, of course. There are no night time restrictions, so you're free to depart and arrive here in Newcastle anytime you wish. Let's talk about the threats to the airport then, and thankfully there aren't too many here. There's a little bit of terrain to the southwest, around 30 miles out, which peaks at around 2,600 feet. Nothing to the east, of course, as we have the North Sea. With that in mind, the minimum safe altitude to the west of the airfield is 3,400 feet, and to the east of the airfield is 2,600 feet. When arriving here on runway 25 and the wind is blowing from between 160 degrees and 190 degrees, pilots can expect some wind disturbance, so make sure you bring that into your arrival brief. The primary runway then, runway 25, has three approaches available. It has an ILS, it has RNP, and it also has an NDB DME approach for it as well. The ILS is certified up to Cat 3B, but the minimum runway visual range is 75 meters. Any lower than this, and obviously you will not be permitted to start the approach. It's a normal 3-degree glide path angle, so nothing out of the ordinary there. Runway 7 is exactly the same, with the same three approaches, the ILS, the RNP and an NDB available, and also the same with the Cat 3B minimums of a runway visual range of 75 meters. On approach to the airfield, the stars that are available do finish around 25 miles out from the airport, so in the real world you'd then get radar vectors from air traffic control. Without radar vectors, you would then be expected to fly to the NDB, which is located on the airfield, and follow charts to make the full published approach. This includes flying over the airfield, making a teardrop approach and coming back in established on the ILS. Strangely enough, there is a VOR beacon located right on the airfield, but this isn't used in any of the approaches on the chart. It's great to have though, because you can pop that in the RadNav page and use this for your situational awareness on departure, and on arrival it will also help you plan your top of descent. On departure then, there are three standard instrument departures available. Departing on runway 07, your thrust reduction, acceleration and engine out acceleration values are all the same at 1,266 feet. And if you're departing runway 25, those values again all the same, but are 1,240 feet. Runway 07 is a standard engine out procedure, and runway 25 is a non-standard engine out procedure. Both have left turns bringing you back into the November Tango NDB located on the airfield. All 3 standard instrument departure routes take you to the Gurley waypoint and have speed restrictions imposed upon them up until the first turn. The Gurley 1 Yankee RNAV departure is only available when gliding activity is taking place at Curragh Hill, located about 8 miles to the southwest of the aerodrome. Initial climb is flight level 80 out of Newcastle, and the transition altitude for the aerodrome is 6,000 feet. That concludes the airport briefing for this video. If you do have any questions, please do leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next airport briefing video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.